Hey guys, how are you doing today? Well, what day is it today? It's a Friday here, and I am about to start my day. It's a cloudy day here in Tokyo, a little bit cold, but not so bad. As you can see, I am in a room that is kind of messy. This is the guest room. This is where my mother usually stays when she's here in Japan, and as you can see, when she's gone, it is a place where my laundry stays for 3 days until I get fed up and I have no choice but to fold them and put them away. Anyway, excuse the mess. Sorry, I can't deal with laundry today. I don't think I've ever talked about my father except maybe, I don't know, for a few seconds or something because, well, he's never really been part of my life. I mean, he is, and he has, and he still is. But let me see if I can explain this to you guys. My mother and my father, they got divorced when I was 5 years old. I remember my father visiting us in Hawaii when I was maybe 8 years old, and then I think he came back again when I was 11 and maybe when I was 12. I actually don't remember the details, but I know that he came to visit a few times, and I did meet my father when we visited my grandmother in Tokyo. You know, he was suave and, you know, he was always, I don't know, like a gentleman and always smiling and always looked happy. But we just weren't sure why he wasn't in our lives. And we never really questioned it because my mother was a scary lady and you never really questioned her. If she didn't want to talk about it, she didn't want to talk about it and you didn't want to push her. Of course, by the time we were 12, we knew what divorce meant and we knew that they weren't together. Long story short, they had a bad marriage. My father was a super playboy and he was fooling around here and there. And I think he had a gambling problem as well. So it's a good thing that my mother decided to divorce the guy. And that's really the story of my father. I did reconnect with my father when I decided to come back to Japan. He got me an apartment and I stayed there for a few months. Whenever we met, he disappointed me. And yeah, this continued for a very long time. And for the longest time, I really could not accept who my father was and what kind of person he was. I mean, he was a pretty cool guy. He really was. But I just couldn't respect the way he lived and the way he treated my mother. I really hated him for the longest time. But you know, as you grow older, you learn how to forgive, and you know, you learn that my father is just the way things are. It's just the way he is, and you know, he has his good traits, and I've learned to accept it. I don't see him as often as I think I should. You know, he's getting older now, and you know, we live in the same city. I am planning to meet him soon, actually. Maybe we'll have a really good conversation. That's what I'm hoping. Without him, I wouldn't be here. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful for that. Really am. He hasn't really done anything for me, you know, as a father, except to, you know, contribute to my genes. But even so, he's my father, and I can't escape the fact. And do I have any regrets? Do I wish I had a different father? Not really. Not really. That doesn't bother me. And I'm glad my father was a handsome guy, because I'm not bad looking, I think. I don't know, I really don't know what else to say. But that's my father, and he exists. We live in the same city, but we don't see each other that often. I do love my father. I don't know why I love my father, but I do. And I do think about him, which is probably proof that I do care about my father. Alright guys, I have to go and meet Satoshi for lunch, and I have a full day ahead of me. Lots of editing to do. Thanks so much for watching. My life is drama, and I don't know, slowly I'll tell you guys all about my dramatic life. Have a good day, everybody.